Gallerati back here at the iBot Vaults, and we're going to get right into another boxing video blog. This coming weekend here, July 17th and 18th, already outlined. It's a big weekend for boxing. We did a video blog earlier in the week on a couple of boxing cards, one in Texas and one in England, with some tie-ins at super bantamweight. You got champions Carl Frampton and Scott Quigg fighting on different sides of the ocean there, setting up a rematch or a showdown between the two, rather. And for this blog, what we're going to do is we are going to get into some German boxing. There's German action at the books here, both Friday and Saturday night. On Friday night, you got an interesting heavyweight fight over in Germany, and that's Erklan Tepper. He's a Turk at 14-0, kind of considered a prospect. This is for the European title, and he's facing British fighter David Price, who's Price is a bronze medalist, and you know, he doesn't lack for confidence and stuff, but he ran into a couple of fights, took a couple of losses that he didn't expect to take. He was trying to do a step-up fight, and he faced off against veteran Tony Thompson, and he got his clock cleaned. And with confidence, he rematched Thompson, and he got his clock cleaned again. So since then, he's won a few fights in a row, and David Price is looking to come back. What's interesting here, though, is that you've got his opponent there, Tepper, Erklan Tepper, is undefeated, but he's the underdog at plus 250. You got David Price at minus 350, so Price is expected to come through on this one and continue you know, trying to build his name back up. He's won 4 in a row since the debacle against Thompson, so we'll see how it goes. Staying in Germany on Saturday, now this is major in Germany. You know, this looks to be like the German rivalry of the last handful of years, obviously. You got super middleweights, Arthur Abraham and Robert Steiglitz, and these guys are meeting for the 4th time. You had Abraham win the first fight and by decision, and you had Steiglitz win the second fight, dropping and stopping Abraham. The 3rd time they met was a really close split decision last year, and they set up this 4th fight here, you know, relatively quickly. So you've got the WBO World Super Middleweight title on the line. Obviously, Abraham and Steiglitz have been handing this belt back and forth for a little bit. But that fight is at the sport books right now, and that comes in with Abraham a favorite at minus 155. You've got Steiglitz at plus 135 on that. No over-under yet, but that's at 12 rounds. Also from that card, you've got the Mauricio Reynosa Vincent Figuerboots super middleweight fight coming up at the books, and that's a crush bout for Figuerboots, the local fighter, minus 3,600. And the Reynoso is returning at plus 1,400. So those are the cards those are the 3 fights that are from Germany that have odds up at the books now. A lot of the fights on these cards may be added later on in the week, so it's obviously worth looking at. But these are all interesting fights. Obviously, you've got the heavyweights, where the heavyweight picture is really shaking itself out with a lot of contenders. Price and Tepper both like to be included in that group. And then you've got the big grudge match of Steiglitz and Abraham 4. Anyway, we'll talk to you after these fights.